Welcome back to a brand new video, guys, on the channel and another episode of Can I Beat the Track Record? We go to Turkey, the Istanbul Park, all the way back to 2021, just a couple of years ago. The final time for the foreseeable future that we're going to have a Turkish Grand Prix, as I don't think there'll be any pandemics or any, weird circumstances which are going to lead us to race here in the future, unless F1 reaches an agreement. So I think this might be the best time we're going to see for a while. Now, this actually is the lap record. The 2021 pole lap, I say pole lap, from Valtteri Bottas. The best time was actually set by Lewis Hamilton, but he had a grid drop. So Bottas, with a 121.998, was declared the pole man, with Lewis going back on the grid with that penalty. So today we're going to try and beat that lap time around this circuit. Now, back in 2021, the track grip wasn't particularly great. It was horrible back in 2020, as you guys remember. But in 21, it was vastly improved, but still not perfect. Either way, I've reduced the track grip myself in the settings, so hopefully we should have some accuracy, and we should have hopefully some decent conditions. So with that out of the way, we're going to get stuck in, beginning with our first lap of the day. Now, the fronts are a little bit cold, rears coming up to temperature. We're going to put the engine into low on the MG UK, and we're going to start out with the default setup and just see what we can do pace wise as we get our first lap underway. Into turn 1 at the 100-meter board. A little bit of patience there as we slip on the curb, trying to get the power down. These cars were absolute monsters before 2022. The downforce, just insane. Easy does it. Quite a bit of understeer there. Not a lot of grip. Into a double apex left. Back end trying to fight on the way out. All the way. Now up the hill towards turn 7. Fourth gear corner. Opens up on the exit, so you can kind of open up the steering. Car doesn't feel super planted. Turn 8. Oh, that was not ideal. I think I went a little bit too tight. Went off track there. Had to sacrifice a little bit on the way out. We also don't get the apex at the chicane. So not exactly ideal so far. As we head through the second sector split, we now open DRS down the back straight. And we're going to spot the braking into the hairpin. Usually the 100-meter board is the way to go. Down to third. Feather the throttle. Clip the curb. We get sent a bit wide there. Offline, off apex. Last corner. Open it up. DRS to the line. And our first lap is going to be a 127.7 on medium. So actually quite a way away. Nearly 5 seconds off. So let's make some adjustments. Right, we begin tyres. We're going to switch to ultra soft C4s, which will work very well for us. Fuel, we're going to drop this in half to 15 litres, which will help us quite a bit. Electronics, we're going to run balanced on the MG UK for this one. We're also going to up the wing on the front by 2 and on the rear by 1. Elsewhere, brake bias, I'm going to drop that to 52. Hopefully we can manage with that. And I'm also going to drop the ride height on the front by 5, also on the rear to 0. Let's give this a go. This should vastly improve our car. So attempt number 2. Let's see how this goes. Let's get the correct mode. So into balance as we get the lap underway. Out the last corner. Car's a little bit cold, but that's not the worst thing in the world, as we are now on the softest compound possible. Over the line then. Let's go. Turn 1. Lot of small grip there. Could have probably broke a little bit later and deeper into the corner, but it's a tidy exit. 10th up so far. Up the hill towards turn 3. Downforce working well. We stay tight all the way through. Turn 4. Nowhere near the apex there. And then 5 and 6. Oh my god, the back end is still very lively. Even on these tyres, the track grip is low. Turn 7. Using that downforce. Patient on the traction. Only 2 turns up though. Let's get a better line through here. That's more like it. That's more like it. Also, let's try and get our apex in the chicane. Braking a little bit earlier. There it is. And we get the exit. Still though, only half a second up. And we're now bleeding time all the way down this straight, so we are losing our advantage in a big way. Oh, try to go super late on the brakes there. Let's try and set up the line a bit better through this last chicane. There's just very little grip. Car feels super floaty. DRS over the line. It's not the improvement I was hoping for. 26.9. Might try that again, to be fair, before we make any more changes. Right, let's try that again. We're 4 seconds off, so I want to get well within 4, even with the exact same setup. Let's try and do a tidier lap and put it together. Good turn 1, bit of a snap on the way out, but we broke late. Went far into the corner, carried more speed. It's a good start. That's more like it. Getting our apexes this time. And just finding free lap time. Kept it a lot more under control there through the double left. Through turn 7. Not the best entry, but we'll get a good exit out of there. This is a good start. Come on then. Let's keep it moving. Easy flat through here, baby. Now down to the chicane. Braking super late compared to the last lap. Bit of a snap on the way out. We're going to lose a bit of time on the exit, but find a little bit of whisker more time. Getting the DRS open as well. We're now down towards the hairpin. Come on, let's push this. We're braking as late as last time, so we stay tighter to the apex and get a better line through this entire sequence. DRS, we also did lower our fuel a bit, so 26.0 with less fuel. Right, that's roughly 3 seconds off, but still work to be done, and we're already on the softest compound as well. Woo. Now for this one, we're going to keep the tyres the same. There's not much we can really do here. Fuel wise, I'm running 3 litres, which equates to 2.9 laps, essentially a 1-to-1 ratio of fuel to litres in terms of kilograms weight, so we'll see how accurate that is. I need to do some research. I think that might be a little bit off, but according to this mod, that's the way it is. Electronics, we're going to be running the highest possible on the MGUK for this one, so hopefully that will give us a bit more juice. I want to save my MGUH to motor as my last little ace card up my sleeve in a little bit. Aero, I'm actually going to keep the front wing and the rear wing, I think, the same. I was debating going up again, but I'm going to leave it as is. So we're going to have to start messing with a few other things here to really try it and get the lap time right. So we're going to soften the front roll bar. We're going to massively soften the rear roll bar as well. I'm also going to drop the ride height because the track is fairly flat. We're going to put the front down by 5 and the rear down by an extra click as well. And we're going to see how that goes. I think the car's bottoming out a little bit too much, but I'm going to try and do a lap. Maybe it just sounds bad, but actually isn't affecting or isn't scraping to an extent that we lose straight line speed. So let's see. I'm going to put the engine mode on and let's get to work. Tidy exit. Underway then to get the lap started. Come on then. Oh, quite a bit of understeer there, but we held on to it. Had to concede a bit of time on the exit to keep the car on track. Trying to open up the line into turn 5 a little bit there. Good exit, got the power down early, but we're barely improving. Turn 7, trying to keep a little bit of throttle on here as we get the power down. This is where we bottom out. I can feel it. Yep, we're bottoming out. Losing downforce. Losing lap time. Good exit there, out the chicane. Tried to hold it in 7th gear, didn't really work. Well, again, I can't tell just because we're bottoming out. through the last couple of corners. We want to get the exit right, up to the line. It's an improvement, but not what we're looking for. 25.8, we're within 3 seconds now, but time to play our trump card and go all in. So I've made a bit of an adjustment for this one before we jump into it. I've actually reset the track grip. I've put it back up to maximum, which is one setting above what I had. I had it on 98%. I'm now putting it up to 100, and that hopefully should give us a bit more of a closer, more realistic lap time. Also, I've just upped the front ride height a little bit for this one, and we're going to run maximum power. So basically, nowhere to hide. Now we're going to really find out if we can get near that 122.998 from Bottas. So here we go. Maximum beans all the way around Istanbul Park. Let's get to it. Delta should be accurate to my previous lap time on my track record. Much better through turn 1. Nice tidy line there. Already 2 turns up. Track grip working well. Through turn 3. Car responds. This is where I think we're going to work a lot better in the low speed. I think the car's going to respond and get a bit more traction, which is going to really give us lap time. Look at that. In 3rd gear. Easy power down. That's what I'm talking about. I'm also just able to really push the car and throw it with ease. Okay, now we might have a video. We might have a showdown on our hands. Here we go. A second up and climbing. Using all the engine modes here to really find the time. Into the chicane. Oh, okay. Tyres a little bit hot. So it seems increased track grip, higher tyre temp. So we might have to just dial in those temperatures a little bit. But we'll try again. Right, come on then. Same attempt. Let's give it another crack. Also, try and push a little bit more. We know where the limit is now. Carried a lot of speed into turn 1 there. A little bit deep. Didn't get all the apex, but we do find some time. Turn 3. Again, throw the car in. Let the downfalls work for us. Nice bit of rear locking into 4 to kick out the back end and get a rotation. Took a little short shift there for precaution, but that was a good first sector. Really good. Also going to carry way more speed into turn 7. The front end now just cooperating as well as the back end. Come on then. Let's keep it rolling. Still some bottoming out there, so I might have to raise the ride heights again. Tyres are getting hot even with the increased pressures. That's wide. Understeer with the hot tyres. Gonna have to give up some time there, unfortunately, but we should gain some of it back with the increased engine mode down this straight. Look at that, we're just finding time. We're climbing. Spot the braking. A little bit wide, but we keep it under control. Through the last couple of corners, tyre temps back under control. Lost a little bit there, but over the line we go. 24.5, that's a lot better. That gets us somewhat in the conversation. Obviously still a long way off. I don't think we're going to beat Bottas's time, but I think we can try and get within a second. Anyway, I'm going to get into now real details on the setup and try and really find some time. If something of note happens, you'll see it. Oh, damn. Back end slipped out there. Damn, lost time there. That's a surprise. It feels pretty quick now. It feels really quick, but somehow nowhere near the time. Oh no. What the hell? That wasn't ideal. That's an improvement. Went down the wing a little bit. 24.1. I reckon we can get within a second, but genuinely that might be it, to be fair. Interestingly, I found the car goes quicker if you short shift all the time on this particular mod. It seems like if you extend the rev range, it kind of dies out a little bit. So if you go earlier on the gear shifts, you find more time. Well, we're within a second, just. That could be the lap. I'll try one more time or a few more times. I reckon there's a little bit there, but we're not going to beat it. Ah, that chicane. I feel like there's like so much time there, but I just can't put it together. I'll tell you what, there's still a bit in that. I'm finding things. The setup is surprising me. There's more in that. I'll tell you what, this video might not be over. Unofficial time there. Track limits. My delta broke on that lap, but we'll take it. I don't know if that'll work, that delta for future laps, but that could well be it. That felt really good. The ending felt a little bit scruffy, but that could be it. That's it. Perfect lap. Absolutely perfect. There might be a little bit on the corner exit of the last corner, but I genuinely have been here for hours, hence the upload time of this video. I don't know where else I'm going to find time on that. That felt perfect. I've been trying for hours. That's going to be it. I reckon there's going to be half a tenth at the last corner exit. Genuinely, that's it. Like, I got it all perfect. Now let me run you through the final version of the setup. The key thing here was actually the wings. I completely was doing them wrong, and you'll see now what I did. So tyre pressures on screen actually surprisingly high because they really were overheating, and having a very slow outlap definitely helped. Fuel, 3 litres, which is 3.1 laps. Again, the math ain't mathing too much, but we'll take it. Electronics first off, high, and motor left to recharge on 50. Aero, running flat wings was the best way to go. It seemed to suit this car the best. I went as high as like 8 and 4, 7 and 3, 7 and 5. I tried everything. I ended up resetting to flat wings, running them lower than default, and actually it worked really well because running lower than default wings, flat, with compensating rotation elsewhere on the setup, gave us what we needed. So a very aggressive camber and toe on the front. The rear was fairly stock to not overheat the rears. I kept the dampers unchanged. I dabbled with them for the bumps, but I ended up losing time, so I kept it as is and kind of reset base. Brake bias, 50 if you can manage. We had a bit of a rear lock into the hairpin, but we didn't really lose time. Heave dampers also, no interest in changing these. Suspensions, very aggressive. Ride heights, anti-roll bar, and wheel rates, all of it, just to try and get that rotation. And then suspension advanced and various default. So yeah, we got there in the end. Anyway guys, there we go. We gave it everything. Genuinely, we found so much time on the last lap. We put every single thing that I learned in all of those laps, I'm talking maybe 50 laps, I put everything that I learned into that last one, and it gave us the time gain at the end. Just the last corner exit let us down, but generally it was a brilliant lap. So I'll take it. Down below you're going to have the track and the car linked. Give it a shot. Try and beat me. Let me know how you get on. Leave a like, subscribe. As always, a big shout out to my members of the channel for supporting all the content, and I'll see you guys in the next one very soon. Check out the 2 videos for more videos, and yeah, have a good weekend. Ciao.